Your suitcase of cash might be the reason why you lose the apartment. So you finally did it. You saved up and you have the liquid capital to do one thing every buyer dreams of, an all-cash offer.
You think you have the golden ticket in the negotiation. You think the seller will take a $50,000 haircut just to work with you because you don't need a bank.
Don't celebrate yet, Charlie. In New York City co-ops, cash is not always king. In fact, we've seen sellers reject all cash offers in favor of buyers with 80% mortgages.
We're breaking down the fallacy of an all-cash purchase advantage. We'll explain why buying the place is the easy part, but maintaining it is what the board actually cares about. And unfortunately, their opinion matters just as much, if not more, than the sellers.
Let's dive into the typical co-op board requirements, red flags, and why your suitcase of cash might be the reason why you lose the apartment. So let's start with the math. Most cash buyers think that because they aren't carrying a mortgage, their income and credit score don't really matter.
It's a big misunderstanding. Co-op boards want to see a debt-to-income ratio, or DTI, of 28% or below. Let's say your monthly maintenance is $2,000, and even if you have no other debts, the board looks at your recurring monthly income compared with your expected expenses.
If that $2,000 represents more than 28% of what you bring in every month, they don't really care that you paid cash for the apartment. To them, it looks like you have a higher likelihood of missing maintenance payments.
Exactly. They aren't worried about you paying the purchase price. They're worried about you paying the maintenance for the next 30 years. We see cash buyers who are asset rich, but income poor. Maybe they're retired, between ventures, but in the board's eyes, you're a default risk on day one.
Buying the apartment is a one-time event. Maintaining it is a long-term commitment. If you can't prove the monthly cash flow, the cash offer is kind of worthless.
Let's talk about why boards actually might prefer to see a mortgage on the table.
Well, it's about the seal of approval. When a buyer comes in with a mortgage from a bank like Chase or a lender like Cross Country Mortgage, they're bringing in a third-party audit with them, especially if they already have an underwritten pre-approval.
A bank has a multi-billion-dollar interest in making sure that the buyer isn't a fraud. At that point, they've checked tax returns, employment history, credit score, all of this with a fine-tooth comb.
If the bank says yes to lending to this buyer, the co-op board already feels like half their work is done for them. It's a second set of eyes, making sure that the buyer is financially qualified.
When a cash buyer shows up, they are, more or less, a total unknown. The board has to do 100% of the due diligence themselves. To that end, the bank will have to certify that the building is lendable. Being able to prove that mortgages can be issued in your building is a boon to the board, too.
So this is a big sticking point with a lot of co-op boards. What happens when a buyer shows up and they already own 2 or 3 other properties, maybe in completely different states?
The alarm bells start to go off. Co-ops want primary residents. They want caring shareholders who are going to live in the building, walk the halls, and care about the common areas of the building.
When a board sees an all-cash offer from someone with a portfolio of real estate, they don't see a great buyer, they see an investor.
They think you're coming in to park your cash and that you may try and even sublet the apartment without permission to a random, unvetted tenant who they'll have to deal with. And yes, that includes your family and friends.
A savvy listing broker will actually warn sellers. This cash buyer has 3 other properties. Are they really gonna live here? Or are they just trying to buy it as an investment? It's okay if you own vacation homes or investment properties, but you will need to clearly outline your intentions to live in the building as your primary residence. Even then, it's not a guaranteed approval.
Finally, let's talk about the safety net.
This is the post-closing liquidity requirement. Most boards in New York want to see 12 to 24 months of maintenance sitting in a liquid savings account after you've closed.
They want to know you can survive a 6-month job loss without missing a maintenance payment. If you have the cash, but you have to zero out your accounts to make the purchase, you're a total risk for the building.
And we've seen buyers with an 80% mortgage get accepted over a cash offer because they had $300,000 in the bank, unlike the cash buyer. They're a safer bet. The cash buyer that will only have $10,000 left in their account after close is just a more risky applicant.
So if you're a cash buyer, don't walk into a co-op thinking you're a slam dunk. You have to prove your monthly cash flow, your intentions, and your long-term liquidity.
And if you're a seller, don't be charmed by the suitcase of cash. You and your broker need to make sure that the buyer is totally qualified, not just giving you an over-ask offer with nothing to back it up.
We specialize in navigating these financial minefields in real estate transactions. Whether you're all cash or taking out a mortgage, we know how to package and present you so the board says yes.
Download our New York City board readiness audit to see if your cash is actually king.
And if you have questions, please reach out. We'd love to help.
We'll see you next time.
Let's do those.